Hello and welcome back to Villains by the Hour. If you weren't flabbergasted by last episode, wow, what do we have to do to flabber those gasps? Because, holy crap, that was intense, and I feel like this will just continue to be the upward trajectory of the season. So, if you missed the last episode 6, go check it out now on the VOD, Paracosm Entertainment Live on YouTube. It's sure to be great. But let's go ahead and introduce our players and jump right back into it. Christian, where can people find you? What are you up to?
Hi, everybody. I am Christian, Chris for short. I am Louis Kaboom on all the socials on Instagram and Blue Sky, and I'm probably not being affected by playing Caius Cassius and Julius Caesar in any way that is affecting this game.
Oh, yeah.
Not even a little bit. Blake, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Of course you can find me here, so go watch the other episodes. I'm sure you just watched the last one, and yeah, things happened. Or you can sometimes find me too at the Cozy Trauma Corner. We stream live every Wednesday, but yeah.
Awesome. And Sophia, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia Olivia Scott. My pronouns are she, we. Of course, you can always find me over doing all kinds of stuff with Nerds with Dice, probably playing more Magical Girls, all that kind of stuff. And tonight, yeah, that's what we'll be doing, playing Maevis. A little bit of Magic Girl.
All right. And Nicola, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Hi, I'm Nicola. Nicola the Druid on all the social places. I am playing Vi. I use she, they. Vi uses she, her. You can also find me over at Diversity Saves, where I'm the director of programming. And you can also find me producing a show over on Zeal Zaddy. It is a pretty cool show. I hope you go check it out. That's it. That's almost it.
It was pretty cool. I'm Kayla, just KDM Dalliance. Check out that Linktree link. Follow me on things. And also prepare to go check out our new series that's dropping this soon. I think the 6th or the 4th, maybe. Burned Hope. Daggerheart based. We done fucked up and dug too much, and the dragons are back, guys. So that's that series. But we are going to just jump back into things right up at the top of this. Vi, you just finished tossing the cards into the air off the roof and have turned back to the group.
I want to go talk to the Major. I think Dr. Rash should meet the Major.
That's Grizlar's conflicted about that idea. And what cards did you just? Were those?
Yeah, I found him in the pocket dimension.
I still don't think I know what this means.
The Major used to be a part of our team, and then they decided they wanted to really be a villain, and they left to do that. Yeah, so.
And at this point, was he wrong?
I mean, Grizlar's conflicted. I mean, Grizlar thinks that Grizlar has an open mind that maybe they weren't, especially with how things are going, maybe they weren't completely wrong. So, but Grizlar doesn't want to put anyone into more trouble than what they could already be in. So that's Grizlar's worry. But he'll go along with whatever.
Look, it's been years. I don't even know what'll happen if we go talk to him. And Maevis, you don't have to come with us. You still have so much potential, and you could. I don't want to hurt that by taking you to see somebody who is an actual criminal. You're muted.
Muted.
So I guess first my question is, when is the invite that she has from her mother? Like, when is she supposed to go?
It's probably a very classy 7 p.m. reservation at some hoity-toity Michelin star French restaurant in the city. That's probably normally impossible to get a last-minute reservation for, but you know that your mom has like a reserved table at this place.
Okay. And like in our moment, what time like are we at?
It's probably 3-4 o'clock.
This sounds like the kind of place like Maevis would need to take the time to like get ready. So, okay. I mean, it really depends on like what we do and go and talk to this guy, because like my mother would probably try to protect me from too big of consequences. Unless it was really, really gonna help my reputation. But like she's not, I don't think she's gonna let me like go to jail or anything. But I am supposed to meet her in a couple hours.
Well, Vi, how long do you think it would take you to get in contact with this major?
I don't know. It depends. I sent a text message. Maybe it was him that responded. Maybe I can go and continue the conversation. It's probably best that we not iron out too many details while we're on company property.
Well, you don't mean to meet with them alone, right?
No.
Okay.
Would you like any of us to go with you?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I would like Dr. Rash and Grizlar if you would like to. But I don't want to put more consequences on somebody without them fully consenting to the more consequences. I can go set up the meeting, and whoever wants to come can come.
What kind of kaiju would Grizlar be if you let someone in their team just go by themselves or something that could be dangerous? So Grizlar
I
would be
know,
there.
but we're not your only team. You have a team at home.
Yes, but to kaiju, I mean, there's blood family, yes, but it's just as strong as other families too. So both can be equally as important. My wife wouldn't understand. So Grizlar will go.
And Maevis, I do agree with Vi that we cannot force you to do anything. But you do seem as someone who is discontent with the way things are at the moment. And if fighting against this status quo is what makes us villains, then for me, so be it. But there's a way to make things change. There's a way here to change the way things are, and I think you would value an opportunity to do so.
Yeah. I would like to see change here.
Well, looks like we're not fully decided because Todd, but I know we're gonna get to Todd. But I did include him in the group message too. Well, then I guess we'll talk to Todd, and then it looks like at least for us for now we're in agreement. So
And
talk
just
to
to
Todd and kind of
clarify for Vi and Grizlar. Vi and Grizlar knows the major is not like fix this establishment. This establishment just needs to be fixed, or leadership needs to change. The major went full and complete villain.
Destroy the world villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Just like, you sure?
Well, hey, look. I'll tell you what, Dr. Rash is not too far away from that. But because it was the
That's-
world that created it was the world that created the situation that we're in right now. So if we get it, what is destruction if not just ultimate change?
Yeah, this is not
It
like
needs
a
metaphorical destruction.
this is not like a Dr. Horrible. The world just and I need to rule it. No.
No, this is like I want to build and press the big shiny red button that blows all this shit up.
I guess my question
You're
is,
only convincing me more that I want to do this.
does Vi actually inform Maevis of like what this major guy is like? Otherwise, Maevis is going to agree without knowing all of the details.
That is
Because
true.
she would like to see some things change, just not destroy the world.
Well, does Mavis ask? Because I don't think
No,
Rash would
'cause
ask
I
more
also-
about this guy.
I feel like the situation with the major probably was not that publicized because Deathlazered would want to keep like this shit under wraps.
Mhm.
And so Maevis definitely wouldn't know. And I'm trying dang it.
I will say,
Because-
Vi, you would be aware of the fact that the major did like one large job after leaving Deathlazered, and then it has been radio silence. Like no one knows where they are, what they're doing or working on.
What did they do with that job? What was their?
I mean, the coverage of it just showed all the destruction. You don't know what Major's goal with that was.
I think that what Vi would say would be that she. Okay, we're going to go back a little bit in the conversation before Maevis fully did the agreement. Because Vi would say, like, and look, I can't guarantee that the major's going to be on our side. They went full villain. They don't have necessarily altruistic intentions, but they have a head start.
Okay. Look, I would like to say change, at least here at the company. Alright. But I don't want innocent people getting hurt by some.
Grizlar agrees, but that means we don't have to commit to the general. We can at least get ideas, and if they are, because to Grizlar, like innocent people getting hurt, that's the biggest like shame any kind you can get. But we don't have to. We can at least hear what he has to say and kind of go from there, and maybe make our own thing from it.
And I
You
don't
have
mean
to
to
think about
split the
his
team,
path.
but we could always try to meet while you're at dinner with your mom and then get the feel so you've got some plausible deniability until we figure out what we can convince the major.
Okay, yeah, I can agree to that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Sophia.
Yeah, and with Grizlar saying like we can always like not commit. Vi, you're aware, and Grizlar would also be aware, even though he just stated we cannot commit. The major is not a you have options person. The major is give directions, you follow kind of person.
Really, the
I guess when Grizlar says that though, Grizlar's not afraid of the general though, so Grizlar feels like
I love this bump you
That-
keep giving him, but the major.
You keep making him a general. He's
the major,
amazing.
yeah, the major. Sorry, the major.
This promotion you keep giving him.
I think Grizlar's not afraid enough of the major to feel like he could do something like
Like force us.
yeah, because he's fought with them before, so he knows he's strong. But like, I don't think Grizlar's afraid of it per se. So I guess that's where that statement would come from.
The Major sounds like a lovely person that Maevis would not like at all.
I mean, the Major is very heavily army themed, guys.
But I would, before we split up, I would like a moment with Vi before we leave, just in case I forget.
Okay.
But yeah. So we're planning to meet them tonight, then, right? So it's gonna happen all.
Vi still has to set up the meeting, but she's gonna try and get it
Gotcha.
set up for this evening.
Okay. Okay. Well, Grizlar will make sure that Grizlar will be ready. You guys don't think that what's his name? Was it the cannon? What was his name? That might sunlight. You guys don't think he's still was it the bulldozer? Was that the one that yeah. Wrecking ball. I mean, he's probably healed enough now to sign something. I mean, if someone would have perhaps to stop by, you guys don't think you guys think he's healed enough to like sign something possibly? I mean,
Grizlar trying to pull out some sort of W from this major L.
I mean, I said we could try and get the nanobots to recreate his signature.
Yeah, but the second, I'm just worried because kids have these technologies nowadays. And they'll be like, "Dad, this isn't real," and then.
Yeah, I was like, how would Grizlar feel knowing that he was giving a fake thing to their child? Even if the child didn't know. Because we've established Grizlar has some feelings on things like that.
Yeah, he couldn't. Grizlar could definitely, that's a good point. That's, no, Grizlar could not handle that shame. But it's fine. Grizlar will just have to talk to his son then and just go from there.
So it sounds like game plan is Maevis is going to dinner with their mom and Dot as backup. Vi is heading somewhere off campus to try and possibly make contact further with the Major and set something up. Putting Grizlar and Dr. Rash on standby in case they do manage to set something up. Is there something that Grizlar and Dr. Rash would like to do in the meantime?
Yeah, I want to talk to Vi alone before she left, though. Like, I did want to talk to her for a second before she took off.
Rash will just, he'll head down and just be excited about the near future and just head down.
And I will say, Dr. Rash, to further your excitement for maybe talking to an actual villain, you learn that your supervised lab hours have been cut as a result of your suspension.
Oh,
going to burn this place down.
Chris was like, well, now you know how it feels, but it's fine.
As Maevis is leaving, she like checks her hair like in her phone and is like, oh god, I'm gonna have to do something about my hair. There's no way they'll let me in if I don't. I'll see all of you later. Text me what happens. I gotta go get. Why is it always these super fancy places?
Didn't Dot text Maevis? I thought Dot texted Maevis me at the entrance.
At the very end of the day, yes.
Okay.
Acknowledging that finally the message was received and that they would meet them at the entrance.
Oh, gotcha.
Maevis gotta go get ready.
Is that in this gigantic, ever-changing building? Is there like a salon? That she can like go get
there's probably like a hair salon and like a spa as part of the services. My question to Maevis would be, given the recent suspension, would you be either A, prioritized to the point of getting in without an appointment, or B, have the services on your availability list?
Do we want to make a drama roll to find out?
Yeah, so here's what we'll do. We'll do kind of similar to what we did when we did the injection for Dr. Rash, right? 1 to 6, you're not getting in at all. No. 7 to, we'll say, like 12, you might get in. It will be delayed, and it will probably be with a student or a new person. 13 and above, you'll get in, and you'll get seen the way you want to.
Can I spend a backstory point to get a boost to this role for being my mother's daughter?
I don't know that that's going to be able to help you in this.
Okay. Nope. That is fine.
Come on.
13.
That is just what you need to be seen by a non-student or new person.
Just Bailey.
And they get you set up the way you prefer for a hairstyle. Get your hair at least where it needs to be for the meeting. The wardrobe, though, is up to you.
Yep.
Even your scales there too. That's kind of nice. So.
I will say, as you go to leave the office itself after getting your hair done, a very super glammed up, and we're talking like ready for the red carpet event, Dot is there looking a little bit more like flushed than normal, and while looking immaculate externally, you can see the like frazzled nature in their like face and eyes, and they have with them like 3 or 4 dresses like in one of those like dry cleaner bags and a pair of like high heel shoes in their hands. They're like, we have to go.
I know. I had to get my hair fixed. It was a mess. But yes, we should go.
And they just kind of like rush you into whatever waiting car they have in front of the building and just like start shoving dress options at you in the back of this car.
Yep. And Maevis will change in the back of the car. You look great, by the way. What what's been going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Todd tell you everything. But needless to say, both of our parents were on campus today in the office.
Oh. Do you don't have to do this, right? Like, we could skip this if you need.
Oh no, this got me at a dinner with my mom, so I'm totally fine with this.
Okay.
But just to let you know, we both might want to check on Todd later. I think there's still existential dread void staring. Long story short, you remember how you met us outside of Sethno's office and they got the promotion?
Yeah.
I had to pretend like we were kind of together because Todd called in a 911 and I went in to go get Todd out.
Yeah, I remember
that made it back to my parents. So
like visibly
And they're just like, they leave it at there and just start shoving like dress and shoes options at you and like accessory options at you, getting you ready as you're going like in a car getting dressed.
Forget our storyline. I want to follow that.
Does that mean they were, like pulling on the dress? Were they meddling in it again?
Ooh. Oh, hey, let's talk about your mom. This is going to be a great dinner. You're going viral.
Oh, Maevis is going to want to burn it all down too.
as you have your head in your hands, we're going to flash over to Vi. Vi, you have stated that you're going to try to set up this meeting off campus.
And Grizlar stops me.
Yeah. I'm in the hall. Grizlar does not mean any offense with this, but how far are you willing to go to get out of all of this? Like, how far would Vi be willing to? And I'm not, and Grizlar saying that's not in to judge either way. Because just wants to know how far you would like to go. The major is pretty.
Well, I'm not going to die. We can put a boundary on that. But Grizlar, really, what do I have here? I have chains. I get yelled at and condescended for literally just existing because I can't always control what happens to me. And I mean, how different is that than when I was sitting in a cell? I'm a goddamn accountant. And now I'm a monster. What else do I have?
Well, Grizlar will say, first of all, you are not a monster. In this form or the other form, you are not a monster, first and foremost. And Grizlar's not disagreeing that, yes, this isn't much different than jail, but all Grizlar is saying is we can get out of here, but maybe we don't have to necessarily go with the major too, though. There's other ways out too than with the major's all Grizlar's saying. Because Grizlar wants us to get out of here too, but the major he does some, how do you say, shameful things to innocence. So that's.
I'll make you a deal then, Grizlar. If the major starts to go too far, maybe we'll earn back the company's trust by taking him out. We won't let him go too far. But something has to change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Grizlar agrees. Like I said, Grizlar is still with you 100%. Just wanted to see you where you were. And who knows, maybe my cousin can help us out too somehow. So. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that I don't have anything. I mean, I do have you guys.
Apologies not necessary. Grizlar understands completely. It's been hard. So Grizlar can't even imagine how hard it's been for you, because Grizlar's not in the same situation. But Grizlar can imagine how hard it must be. So.
Thank you.
He gives you a hug, even though he's really short, so it's like, but he still gives you a hug before he heads off.
So with that conversation, Vi, are you immediately heading off of campus, or what are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna do like the end of day wrap up kind of thing, like go back to my desk and grab my stuff. I've already, after going to the med bay, I changed back into like regular clothes, and so I kind of like gather up my stuff for the end of the day, and then I head out.
Okay. So as you head out from Deathlazered, where are you going before you try and contact the major again?
I think I'm going home to my apartment.
Now, is this apartment still the Deathlazered provided one?
Yeah, but I don't think that she's got cameras in there. Like, I think she's going to go home. But she's also, I mean, it is a Deathlazered building. So yeah, you did just talk me out of it. I am going.
You're welcome to use a Deathlazered building if you want to. I just want you to know that you're using a Deathlazered building if you're doing it.
because I think that it would be some kind of illegal for them to have cameras in my apartment, but we already know that they're not the good guys. So, yeah, I think I just go to I probably go to a like little hole in the wall diner that like nobody really like it's kind of slummy. It's not a place that like she would instantly be recognized like if she was to go to a tea shop or something, but it's kind of a hole in the wall diner to have some breakfast or to have some dinner and proceed to try to text them or get in contact if the person, she's also not 100% sure the person that texted her back was the major.
Yeah, so roll me a mystery to see if you can figure out how to reach back out to this person or how to confirm who you're in contact with.
Ugh, it's an 8. These dice are bad.
I mean, you text that same unknown blocked number a few times. You don't see it read. You don't see any sort of response to it.
I guess she's just gonna she's gonna don't know if this would happen on a phone or maybe a tablet in her bag. But she's also look, I started to get emotional and now Penelope is leaning against me like, Mom, calm down.
Aww.
Oh, Penny. She is gonna go like start looking through maybe some darker sites, message boards, things of that nature for major spottings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and give me another mystery roll to see if you can find any info about anyone who might have seen the major.
11.
So you get a couple. You get a sighting the same day as the big incident before they disappeared. That it's really old. It's like several years old at this point, but it's talking about like how, you know, they totally saw the major like loading something into like a van before the explosion and chaos really kicked off. There's a second one that's talking vaguely. There's like a very blurry photo of like someone who maybe is wearing the major's outfit, maybe not, like walking between trees in like a jungle rainforest setting. And I mean blurry to the point like typical like Bigfoot style like photo, like
yeah,
blurry, unclear, not focused photo. And it does tag it as being in South America, like in the rainforest.
Dear God. Well, I guess she sets an alert, like a web search alert to see, you know, if any new things pop up. And she kind of just enjoys her little diner meal while she thinks. Because Nekla will need time to think.
Grizlar, after work, where are you going?
Quickly before he goes back to his family, he's gonna quickly just stop and see how Dr. Rash is doing. How is Dr. Rash taking the limited hours? Is he still even there or no? Did he take off?
He immediately tried to break into the lab.
Oh. Is he?
Dr. Rash is in some sort of holding cell near the lab for trying to break in.
Ocho's a snitch.
Who snitched on you? Who was a snitch?
My octopus son.
Oh.
I'm not his son!
It's figurative.
Fuck off!
He's over there taking a statement.
Yeah, kids can be prisoners. Kids can be tricky sometimes, and but Dr. Rash is smart, so Grizlar is sure Dr. Rash is going to figure it out. We're going to rebuild that connection.
Grizlar, what are you doing before you go home?
Yeah, well, I checked on Dr. Rash. Is he going to be in there for hours, I assume? Like, is he going to be there?
Possibly. We don't know yet. It depends on how much and how fervently Dr. Rush tried to break into the lab and what kind of damage he did.
Okay.
I may have used the acid and spitting abilities of a cobra and the acid from a bombardier beetle to melt the locks.
Well, okay, hopefully hopes you're gonna be out. They shouldn't hold you that long. I mean, anyone would have done that. That's a pretty common thing. So,
just if that meeting does happen tonight, just forward me the details.
Grizlar will do that, but hopefully you'll be able to get out before that. So after that, Grizlar he's gonna go home and just talk to his son, who's probably kind of upset, but it's fine. So it's gonna spend some time with his kids before going back to the meeting, and just yeah.
So yeah, you come home to complete chaos, Grizlar. Your wife is attempting to console all of your children, who are in a giant pile on top of her, just openly weeping. And in the background, fallen on the floor, is an iPad that's just playing the looped clips of the damage to Wrecking Ball with the legs, the smashing Wrecking Ball and Bulldozer against the pile with the car, the rendering of flesh from Bulldozer off of the magnet thing. Yeah, just full weeping.
So first thing Grizlar's going to do, Grizlar's going to turn off the iPad. He's going to turn that off. He's going to stop their playing. And it's a whole bunch of roaring because they speak Hydro at home, so it's a whole just super loud. It sucks whoever was next to them because that's a nightmare, but that's fine. Well, Grizlar has good news. Everyone is okay. He's not lying because technically none of them are dead, and his lookout fixed, so they are okay. Yes, they got a little hurt, which can happen, which is why you guys shouldn't do what they're doing, because it's a little dangerous. But the good news is they're okay, and your dad's okay too. So you know.
So give me a drama roll, and I know you can't technically do drama, so it's gonna be at a -2.
Okay.
And before you roll this, I want you to understand that you are trying to convince all of your children and your wife that it's okay, that they're okay, that there's no reason to be upset anymore.
You know what? I feel actually scratch because I think we as Kaiju are more just like honest about this kind of stuff. So I think Grizlar would just kind of probably just tell them. Like I think he would just be just real with them. I mean, because I think Grizlar's gonna say, "Yep, you know, things happened. They did get hurt. It's not great. Wasn't a part of the plan. We weren't supposed to." Dang, I guess he has to ruin like the fakeness of it too. So well, I guess we're gonna build the Band-Aid off. So it's like WWE. Yeah. Things happen, kids, and it.
I'm gonna still have you do the drama roll minus.
Yeah, okay.
We'll say 3.
2.
We'll say 3 this time. because your kids are going
It's
to.
worse.
Yeah, well, because you told the truth. Your kids are going to be super upset no matter what. But
Yeah.
how upset and how they react, and also how your wife reacts to your kids getting upset.
You hear that, parents? Lie to your kids. Lie to your
Grizlar learned.
Or be prepared for the consequences.
Yeah. It happens. At least they'll forgive him eventually. Okay. Wow.
Okay, so I think what's going to happen here, because what could have gone terribly wrong is your wife could have asked you to not sleep there tonight.
Oh my god.
So that is avoided. Your kids, though, because you told the truth, are going to be unconsolable, and they're going to like run away from because I think they were piled in the living room, run out of the living room and all to their separate rooms, and you just hear a bunch of doors slamming. Again, it could have been worse. Your wife could have asked you not to sleep there tonight, and your kids could have said something extremely terrible to you as they left. But that did not.
I know,
happen.
but he still sucks her kids run away, so it's still kind of like that. Oh. And this is his wife, just like Grizlar is sorry, things. It's been a day.
And I think she just kind of like pats you on the head and hands you, like reaching down, hands you a warmed plate of food that she had kept because you're a little later than normal.
You know, just the way to Grizlar's heart. So thank you. Yeah, and he just. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
I think you hear blasting out of the kids' rooms is the Junkyard Bros theme songs.
Well, this is gonna take some time, so maybe one day they'll like my team just as much, you know. So I guess we'll see.
I think with that, your wife holds up something that she's probably, I think she finally talks you into wearing for Halloween as part of that, like, the family, like, wrestling thing that everyone wanted to do, which is, like, a little hanger with, like, a wrestling leotard on it. And when I say leotard, I mean, like, the He-Man leotard, where it's just, like, strips for, like, suspenders down to, like, a barely covering the bottom.
Grizlar's like, you know what? I think Grizlar kind of deserves us, and hey, if it's gonna help cheer them up, then Grizlar will do it. So, yep, Grizlar definitely puts it on. So next time he comes back, Grizlar's gonna be wearing that instead of a janitor suit. So Grizlar is definitely wearing that now. So
as Grizlar changes into that and goes to eat the plate of food his wife saved for him and warmed up for him, we're gonna flash over back to Vi. Vi, you're sitting there and you haven't figured out how to get in contact with the Major. Are you going to continue trying, or are you going to give an update to Grizlar and Dr. Rash?
No, I'm going to continue trying.
Okay. So we'll give you a chance to roll again here in a second. As we flash over to Maevis, you and Dot have arrived in the hired car in front of the restaurant. The drivers come around, let you both out, helps you out of the vehicle and into the restaurant. The restaurant looks a little weird from the outside. As you enter, you realize your mom not only got a reservation for her reserved table, but she fucking bought the place out. The only people in this restaurant right now are you, her, and Dot, and the staff managing it.
I think, like, you can see her, like, she walks in, she sees this, she winces a little bit, and then, like, schools her face, you know, back into, like, a somewhat blank mask, and walks in. She's got, like, this really nice, like, fancy black dress on, you know, really nice heels. She looks pretty good. Maybe not entirely comfortable, because she doesn't necessarily go around wearing really super fancy dresses all of the time, and she tries to avoid it when she can. But yeah, she just walks in. She might, you know what? She'll reach for Dot's hand as like she walks in, just like needing that little bit of comfort.
Yeah, and I think Dot will take that a little step further. She'll take the hand that you try to go with, and also like pull it up so like you guys have like arms linked. And she's doing a very like stereotypical like Marilyn Monroe starlet like smile, and like very plastered, very fake, and is like, parent dinners, like guides you over to the table. As you get to the table where your mom is towards the back at her normal spot, what kind of table in a restaurant do you think your mom would want reserved? Would she want somewhere in the back where she could watch everything? Would she want something in the front where she could be seen by everyone? Would she be somewhere in the middle where she, could kind of lord over? Like, what's the vibe your mom gives?
She definitely would be like in the middle, kind of like lording over the place.
Yeah, I think her table is even on a little bit of a platform, so even like a step up from all the other tables laid out on the floor. I think I'm gonna spend a backstory report and say your mom funded this restaurant. Like, this is one of the many financial ventures your mom has done that has more than paid back dividends for the investment. And there were only 2 chairs at the table, her and then across from her a table for you. But as you all approach, you see one of the staff comes and it rearranges it so there's, an additional chair for Dot, because Dot wasn't really expected here. And you see that brief flicker. Your mom doesn't show her hand. Your mom is like the poker master. But you've learned that brief flicker of like confusion, and as she sees Dot, she sees that because she had no idea that anyone else was going to be at this thing. But then she just magnanimously gets up and glides down the one step to meet you both, and like gives you both the like French kiss on either cheek greeting. Maevis, darling, you did so wonderful today. Dot, love the hair. And Dot's hair is fluffed out and more like snow than the normal like string crystal long hair she has. It is like snowed and fluffed out again into that Marilyn Monroe starlet style, but in snow. You should wear it like that more often. I love it. Come, sit down. We have so much to discuss.
Yes. Thanks for setting this up, Mother.
Of course we have to celebrate. And you see she starts like snapping her fingers. And waiters just descend upon the table and like set it all up. It's clearly going to be a multi-course dinner. They're starting you all with the aperitifs. And they lay out like a flight of drinks in front of everyone to go with the aperitifs.
Oh, you're really going all out tonight, Mother.
Well, of course, it's not every day that my daughter becomes a viral villain sensation. I've had our PR team working on it. Your numbers are looking really good. I didn't even have to do any boosting. It's just up.
I think, despite herself, when she says "my daughter," Maevis glows just a little bit, and sits up a little straighter and like glows just a little bit.
Now, what we do need to discuss, though, is how we're going to capitalize on this.
What do you mean, Mother? They've suspended us at the company.
And she just kind of like flaps her hand at you. Of course they have to, for legal reasons. Make it look like they're punishing you guys. You guys are causing them to be in a legal situation. I don't mean with Deathlazered. I mean, how are we me and my newly rising villain daughter going to capitalize on this for us.
Okay. Yeah, what are your plans?
And like hearing that like tone of your voice, I think Dot kind of like tries to glide in and is like, why don't we leave business talk till at least after the main course?
Grateful like hand squeeze under the table.
Oh yes. Oh, that's totally my bad. Please enjoy the aperitifs. I had the head chef make up a whole new menu just for us. It will be never seen again after tonight. So please enjoy. And you do see like descending upon the table is just like a line of waiters all carrying trays. And this is just the aperitif course. There are like 12 or 13 aperitifs laid out on this table. They in fact set up like a separate like table off to the side to start setting the trays down and put the plates in front of you one by one as you go through them. And I think Dot just kind of like still doing a smile but like taking a drink just like mutters out of the side of her mouth to you, and she's like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a night.
Thank you for being here.
And with that, we'll flash over to Dr. Rash. You are in a holding cell. You've been waiting there for a while, and one of the security guards finally comes up. To describe him as a wireman would be quite literal because he is strictly made out of almost like electrical corded wire. There's like slight zips and zaps of like electricity going through his body, and he kind of just looks at you and goes, okay, what's the excuse for attempting to break into / destroy the lab?
I don't need an excuse. I was trying to enter my lab.
It's not your lab. Hasn't been for a long time.
Those are my experiments inside. No one else should be touching them because they are in extreme danger to anyone but me.
Yeah, that's what they all say. And you see him just kind of like take a stack of paperwork from someone that comes up next to him, and he just kind of like starts going through it with you. And I think as he's going through the paperwork with you, it's a villain company. People try to break in and or destroy shit all the time. This is the level of exasperation this security guard has. So he's going to take you through all the paperwork, note it in your permanent file, and like escort you out of the building. It's probably like 9 or 10 by the time you get out of the building. Yeah, and please stay out of the lab until you're told you're allowed in there.
Fine.
And I think he just stands there and waits and watches you leave.
Just very slowly, not turning my back on him. Just like walking down the sidewalk. There's this big, huge blobfish man in a lab coat.
Just moonwalking backwards down the street. So flashing back over to Vi at the diner. Give me another mystery roll to see if you can get in contact with the Major.
Oh, it's mystery. Okay. Oh, here we go.
No. I mean, you send some messages again. They don't respond. You do find like another sighting that's like a couple years after the first couple that you've seen, that someone swears that someone called the Major showed up at like a classified military base. But there's no details on like what they did or didn't do. Was it actually the Major? There's no like description or picture or anything to it. I think at this point it's probably reaching that same time as Dr. Rash leaving the building around like that 9 or 10 o'clock. You've been just trying from, I'm assuming your phone or a laptop you brought with you, trying to find this information and not getting anywhere.
Okay. Well, I think I text the other two and say, no luck so far. He's not responding.
Did my cousin get back to me since late in the day now? Didn't before replying. Okay. And just so I know earlier when Vi tried, she got a message back, right? Or no? So when she initially texted, she got something back.
When she initially texted, she tried to text the number she had for the major. That got bounced back as if the line was disconnected. But she got a separate message from an unknown blocked number that seemed to be in response to her initial attempt.
Okay. Yeah, Grizlar respond back. He was always hard to, even before this whole thing, he was always hard to get in contact with. Grizlar can try to help on his end if there's any way that Grizlar can help trying to find him. Sends that text to Vi.
Yeah, Rash's response.
Anything? Oh, yeah.
Well, Rash's response in the chat is like, we either make contact or we don't. Either way, this changes nothing.
And with that, either way, this changes nothing. We flash back to Maevis, who at around that 9 or 10 mark is probably at the dessert course. Finally, 2 hours of courses later, you are at the first of the dessert round, with some coffee to go with your dessert, so that you all can have the conversation as needed. Your mom has very patiently waited, as Dot pointed out. It's rude to have it before the end of the main course. She's been actually super pleasant. You are used to when things are going really well for your mom, or she's very excited about something, there is a visible shift in her demeanor. She is very poker faced, but she's very open about how happy or how pleased she is about something. Because when that mask falls is when you have to be scared, because it means she's very displeased with something. And so she's just pleasantly chatting to you and Dot, because one of the supervillain reunions is coming up, and asking about Dot's parents and asking how you've enjoyed the new team, and just very chit chatty small talk thing before the dessert happens. And there's a breath, and your mom goes, "So, have you given any thought to what you would like to do to capitalize on this? I know I and our PR team have."
I haven't. It's been kind of a whirlwind today. What are your thoughts, Mother?
And she takes out from her purse that had been on the floor by her chair a folder, and flips it open and lays out a set of images. And you see they are PR mock-ups of a few things. The first couple is a couture villain line of villain suits or outfits and accessories that we can use to capitalize, that are vaguely themed around the power set that you and your mom share. And then a couple of them are you can tell there's a tiny bit of manipulation, but it's more that someone went frame by frame on the live stream to find the perfect shot or the perfect angle on each of the drones, and it looked like they're a set of 3 of them, and they've framed it in such a way where it looks like you're the reason the things that happened to the heroes did a little bit. So there's a perfectly framed one where it kind of almost looks like your foot might be on top of one of the heroes that is on the ground. There's like another perfectly framed one of, and they didn't have to do much manipulation to this one, of you just ramming one of the superheroes who was trying to help their comrade, and the scattering of medical supplies happening in the background. And then another one that, like, you can tell it took a lot of like perfect framing and a little bit of manipulation to make it look like you and not Grizlar were the one to yank the superhero down off of the magnetic thing, because it's just like fallen kind of right beside you and a little bit behind you on top of Grizlar. So it's definitely framing and a little manipulation on that one, for sure, because that's not how you remember it. And then there's a couple of photos that look like mock-ups of shows, whether that be a reality TV show or something, framed around you and the family. Now, see, I think personally we should go with all of the above, but I would love to hear your thoughts.
Okay. Right. And Maevis is looking at everything and sets the manipulated images and the TV show ideas aside, just like sets them on the table, and is looking at like the outputs and stuff. Who did these sketches?
Oh, you remember Tiffany, dear. You know, she's been our dresser for a long time. And when she says our, she does mean both of yours. Like, she designed not only your mom's original supervillain outfit, but all of the iterations, because your mom tends to do a new iteration like every year or so. Tiffany also handled your initial design and any iterations you've wanted to do. She handles your siblings and your parents, and any family that are also villains. Any family that's not villains, she's also like, she manages their wardrobes. Like, she has been embedded with your family since your family has been involved in being anywhere near fame or in any kind of camera spotlight.
Okay, right, Tiffany. Do I have to make a decision tonight? Can I take these with me?
Of course you could take them with you. Just, do know that the longer it does take us to get moving in any of these, the less we have to capitalize on with your viral fame. The unfortunate thing with viral fame is that it's not viral for very long. So take the night, but let me know in the morning, first thing, what you want to go with. Like I said, I highly suggest all three. I think that the triple threat combo would just be mwah. But, and let me know any notes, because Tiffany, is very open to any notes that you might have on any of the couture line, any color schemes you would prefer, things like that. And the pictures are like skin tight couture. Like...
Right, yeah. Of course. I will definitely send any notes. These are the only three options you have? You haven't come up with anything?
So these are the three that we had the team mock up, but that's why I wanted your input on if there's any other avenue that you want us to have the team mock up tonight so that you can look at it in the morning. But yeah, and I think you see Dot kind of like shifting through the images a little bit that you've kind of set to the side, and like pulling out a couple of the ones that are clear like manipulation. Well, the one that's not a manipulation at all with you knocking the superhero, and then one of the ones that looks like a manipulation and kind of like looks at it and looks at you and raises like a single eyebrow at you in question. Like, clearly I have questions later kind of look.
Right, yeah. I think Maevis is like, is there a pen and paper, maybe? I could write a couple ideas down.
And she just snaps her finger again, and a waiter comes over and hands you the like notepad and pen that they use to take orders during a shift.
She takes it and she writes like a mostly random list of like ideas, and with like a couple of things that she would actually like to do that she's just like inserting into the list to try to like
negotiate your way to it.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, I mean, maybe have them look into these.
And she'll like rip off the page and take a picture of it on her phone, and you hear that sound of her sending it off. You know, most likely she sent that off to the entire PR team, the entire marketing mock-up team. So you'll have something to look at in the morning for like every single one of those. Now, what that does mean is no one on any of those teams is getting any sleep tonight.
She does feel bad about that, but like she's also like trying to play her brother's game without like getting sucked in too much.
And I think she just spends the rest of like the dessert before you get this notification from Vi about the status of looking things up, just like kind of almost rizzing you up, which you're not used to. Like, you've gotten that here and there where you've done something that's like truly pleased your mom, and your mom likes to peacock and brag about you when you do it. So like she's truly like rizzing you up in this moment, which is unusual. And then you get that update text from Vi.
She looks at it and just sends like, okay, keep me in the loop.
And I think you have a strangely rather pleasant rest of the dinner with your mom. And we're gonna flash over to Vi for a moment. Give me one more mystery roll before the night ends without any contact.
This is rigged.
So I don't think you hear anything from the major, and it's kind of creeping up on midnight. But what I will say does happen is that you, across from you in the booth, someone slides in. They are fully like covered, long, thick black trench coat, deep hood. And I think, as you're looking at them, they reach into their jacket and pull out a playing card. But on it is a hand drawing of the major. And that's where we're gonna break! Who is this figure? I don't know! We'll find out! It's definitely not the major, I can tell you that one.
Yeah, no, I figured. Yeah, okay.
It's his son, the corporal.
He's the son of the corporal.
The sergeant.
Oh my god. Sergeant.
Come and join us after the break. Go get a drink of water. Go stretch. Because things might be picking up for our villains. Seems like some turn from being a fake heel into a real heel is about to happen here. So we'll see you all after the break. Bye. Hello, and thank you for coming back after the break. If you haven't noticed, things are getting a little wacky crazy here, and we're just gonna jump right back into it to see how much off the rails this goes. So, Vi, a figure had just slid into the booth across from you, full trench coat, deep black hood, pulled out a playing card, whose back looked familiar, like it came from a very familiar deck. When turned around, the front, though, had a hand drawing of the major. The figure's face and hood is still pointed down, so they're still casting darkness, but you see icicles start to crawl up the figure's fingers and coat the bottom of the card before they put it down on the table and slide it over.
Vi picks up the card and looks to be examining it, but you said has already recognized it. And she says, "You almost got the nose right. It was a little bigger."
And you hear just kind of like a chuckle, and they look up just enough for only the light, because I'm picturing this diner with those like hanging light situations, for only just a little bit of that to hit their face. And you see someone you kind of recognize bits of, but that looks very different from the last time you saw them. This is very clearly Sub-Zero, but instead of the like over the top like super emo that they were when you first saw them, where like they had black hair that was like fully in their face except for like a little corner of their eye for them to see, and like super thick dark black eyeliner that sometimes they purposely made like drip a little bit so they got like raccoon eye, and like wore like torn up like black cargo canvas pocket jeans with a big thick chain and those like black and white sleeves that all the like 90s emo kids used to wear. That was the last time you saw them. This time their hair is actually kind of cut and styled nicely. It still comes over their forehead a little bit and almost like homage to an emo swoop, but it doesn't cover their eyes at all anymore. The sides of their hair are cut very short now. You see it looks like they have like stubble along their face, and you, as the light swings a little bit, you notice that their face now has like some scars, like from fights or something like that, and they very much look like Sub-Zero, except not currently that like pale deathly blue color you're used to them looking like. And they just kind of look at you and chuckle again and go, "Yeah, I told him that too, but he made me change it."
Yeah, that sounds like him. You've grown up. It's been a long time.
Yeah, well, it seems like you finally caught up on things.
You know, some of us are a little slower to recognize what's going on around them.
Yeah, seems like it. Very bold of you to reach out to him the way you did, though, so kudos to you for that.
It's not like I've kept up on where he is. I used my only avenue that I could think of in my 30 seconds of rage. So you're working with him too?
And I will say, for a moment, you remember as you're asking, so you're working for him too, that the last time you saw Sub-Zero, they had put in a request to transfer teams. So the last time you saw Sub-Zero, they had asked to be not only transferred to another team on the floor, but like literally transferred to another team on a different floor entirely.
Mm-hmm.
So they were still in the company last time you saw them.
Yeah.
Let's just say the major is not wrong about some of the points he got upset with before he left.
So why did he send you? I can understand why he would not come himself. What are you doing here?
And Sub-Zero reaches into their jacket again and pulls out something, their hand covering it as they lay it on the table between you all. And as they slowly remove it, you see it is a badge for Deathlazered that is for Sub-Zero, and it is a newer badge, so they are probably still working at the company right now. Seems we might have something for you to do if you want.
I'm willing to hear you out. But now I'm kind of going to need a little proof that you're actually working for him and not just working for Deathlazered to catch me in a trap.
I mean, it's smart of you to be cautious, but he's not going to do anything to prove it in case you're working with Deathlazered to catch him in a trap. There's going to have to be like a little bit of trust going on here.
There is. And she kind of looks at him, and there's silence. It's very late at night, and but she's looking at him for a couple seconds. It probably, if this was a TV show, it is. It feels like longer than it actually is, but she's looking directly in his eyes, and like his face has changed. He's gained some scars. He's learned how to style his hair like an adult. But it's still Sub-Zero's eyes, and it's still the eyes of that teammate that, despite everything, like she loved her original like it ended horribly, but there was a time when she truly loved these people as friends, and so she kind of takes in that reminder, and she goes, okay, I won't agree to it, but I'll agree to hear what it is first.
And I will also say, as you're like staring and looking at him, it is the same Sub-Zero, but you do notice as you're focusing on the eyes that they are a little hardened, a little disillusioned. Mm-hmm. Like when you knew them on your team, they were that super emo, newly villainous like kid, essentially, like freshly first job probably, and despite their whole emo outfit.
There was some youth in it.
Yeah, there was like hopeful youth, right? Like, like you when you first joined the company, and you're all like, "Yes, ma'am, let's end." And they tried to tamper it down to keep their cool effect because they were trying for a vibe.
Oh yeah.
But now though, it is closer to what you now see in the mirror, kind of like disillusioned, harder, like maybe a little suspicious of things here and there.
I think it would kind of portray, because Sub-Zero has ice powers, I think as we zoom in on the eyes, there was a little like sliver, like a little glint, almost looked like ice through the blue coloring in their eyes. And I think the harden, it dulls, so it doesn't quite shine as brightly as it used to, as we saw in the flashback.
Yeah, so the Major has some tasks for us to try and help move things forward that he wants to do. He's asked me if you want to prove that he can let you in a little bit to bring you along for this next task. And if you do, then he's willing to arrange a meeting with you. He's a little more hesitant on the group because, I mean, he's one, not sure who you're referring to when you say the group, but also like he knows you, Vi. Like, and if you've finally gotten to the point where you've broken enough with Deathlazered to send him a message, he's willing to hear you out.
I understand his hesitation, but I'm not leaving my group behind this time. I know that I left you. I know that I left you behind, but I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. If I do this, the meeting will have to happen with my group. You know, Grizlar, I think you will like Dr. Rash. I even got my own intern again, and I think you'll like them too. Everybody loves Maevis. We're not even gonna like. There's no question. You'll love Maevis, but they want to come. They wanted me to do this. That's my counteroffer.
Well, we're gonna have to do this in steps, right?
Yes.
Me and you are gonna have to figure something out. If you want to involve your group in the task, I'll clear it with the major. He might up what we need to accomplish for him to feel comfortable. But we can go from there if you want. And then at that, he slides what is clearly a burner phone
Oh yeah.
across the table, and then like palms his ID and puts it back in his jacket. We'll let you know. And he's like just slides out the booth and is gone.
Vi will kind of look over. She had like to the side, so that they didn't really question her too much. She'd ordered like a plate of onion rings and had like a drink. And most of the onion rings are gone, but she kind of looks and realizes she no longer has an appetite. And so she pulls out her real phone and she responds to the group, the like little group message that she'd been keeping people updated. I'm sure I will hear something by morning. You all should get some sleep. And then will drop down her tab and her tip, and she will head home obviously with the burner phone. She will head home.
Yeah. Grizlar, what's up with you?
Well, I think to that text, like Grizlar would say, okay, and then, are you okay?
Oh man, if I should say something really cool right now. Vi will respond. Yeah, Vi's not going to say anything cool because Nekala can't think of anything cool. Dang it.
This is the problem with this TV show is you are a writer.
Ooh, we're writers and I'm not cool. I am uncool. Vi says, yeah, I'm good. It got a lot colder than I expected, so I'm heading home.
Grizlar's thinking straight temperature, just goes over Grizlar's head.
100% over Grizlar's head. Grizlar's probably like, it says it's 85 right now.
Are you sure you're not getting sick?
Maybe he goes full dad. Like maybe have some soup. Maybe wear a coat. Just full on.
Try some NyQuil.
Thank you, Grizlar.
Mavis.
I think Grizlar goes to sleep after that because, like, yeah, to complete the night.
Yeah,
so.
you've had a day and a half or so. Mavis, you just got done with the dinner with your mom. You got the update text again from Vi being like, probably won't hear anything till the morning. You and Dot are like finally out of the restaurant, and I think she's herded you into whatever car she used to get you all there. And I think you just see her like deflate against the seat and just be like, your mom is so intense.
I know. The worst part is she kind of makes it so hard to hate her for it, and I like still do, but like it's not like the food is bad or she's ever mean. She's just so pushy and just
She reminds me of a dance mom for villains.
Yes, that is exactly it, and every time it's exhausting. Thank you.
Side note, did Mavis do dance growing up?
Mavis? No, Mavis did not do dance.
Okay. I just wanted to know how accurate the dance mom analogy was.
We will talk about Mavis's Beth story more later. But no, Mavis did not do dance.
Yeah, so she's just like, I feel so sorry for those people. And you get the feeling that when she says those people, she means the people that your mom is 10,000% keeping up all night to mock up the promos and the marketing and stuff for the things that you gave her at the stuff.
I know, I feel bad for them too, but it was either give her ideas or take one of the ones that she gave me, and I needed to stall.
And her head kind of like lulls to look at you, and she raises an eyebrow. You know she's eventually going to have you do all of them, right?
I know. That's unfortunate, but if I stall, maybe I can get something I want out of it.
There's always the alternative.
What's that?
No one's saying you can't do something to capitalize on it without her. Get some money that's not reliant on your parents. It would be kind of a betrayal, but I think your mom would honestly respect it.
Okay, yeah. That's terrifying, but you're right, that is an option. But I think the plan right now is the same. Stall until I have a better plan, and I'll have to come up with one quickly because I can't stall from wrong. You're right, but it's definitely stall. Also, she holds up the drawings of the chest. These are terrible. I took them because I kind of want to redraw them, but these are terrible.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, your mom's fashion lady is like, isn't she like 130 years old?
Yes. Yes, that's
I
something
swear,
like that.
every time I see her, she's like an inch or two shorter than she was last time.
Yes. These are terrible. Maybe that's something I can do. I can redraw these and I don't know, turn that into a small fight. to push this all back. But this is... I know you're dealing with a lot on your end. Thank you for coming tonight. Really, it means a lot.
I'm gonna be real, it's not on my end. My end is pretty drama-free at this point compared to you and Todd.
Okay. That's good. It just seemed like you were already a little exhausted.
Yeah, you know how I had to rescue Todd from the CEO's office?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had me pretending like I was coming to get them to take them to lunch because we were together.
Right, I got that vibe when you came out of the office.
Dad was there. And their dad reached out to my mom. And both of them ambushed us.
Oh, yeah, Todd's definitely not taking that well.
No, I think he's actually probably still right in the middle of it right now. I was able to excuse myself because my mom loves you. And so I used you as my exit.
Okay, I kind of feel bad that not means abandoning Todd, but I'm glad I could get you out of there.
I'm gonna be a little bit real. It needed to happen at some point because Todd's got to decide if he's going to ever stand up to his dad or not.
Yeah, I know. We all kind of have to make that decision, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, can I speaking of the subject before this subject, can I show you something I've been working on?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see whatever you've been working on.
So, she gives the driver like a new address. And it's not her place. You would recognize the address for her place because Dot has been very from the beginning like, yes, I'll get a job at Deathlazered, but it will not be as a villain for hire. It will be on their foundation, like support floor. And uses that money to like have her own apartment. It's not big considering like how famous and wealthy her parents are. She does not use any of her parents' money for it. But the address you pull up to is like kind of on the edge of the fashion and warehouse districts, like where they meet, but slightly on the warehouse side. And it looks like the first floor of this building is like all glass and seems pitch black inside. And as you all get out of the car, she kind of like goes into an alley and opens a door and goes in. And you can tell the reason it looks black from the outside is that currently all of the windows have been like blacked out, so you can't see inside. And what you see is a little bit of like one of the corners has been made into like kind of like a runway. Another corner has been made into kind of like a photo booth area with like different props and things set up for photo shoots. And like a large portion of this floor has been turned into like a production, like fashion production area. You remember how when we were little and we talked about like how we would like make fun of the costumes that like the superheroes and our parents were wearing and how like gross they were and why that color scheme and why sequins and oh my god, why would you do a cape? Like at least do a capelet, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, I remember.
So I might have pulled the trigger on that. Welcome to my not currently named company.
Oh my god. Amazing.
Thanks. I secured funding under a pseudonym so no one knows, you know. And she just gestures and you know she's gesturing about y'all's family. So still need to figure out a name for the company though. But my thought is, right, like we design not just outfits for heroes, villains, whoever, but I'm also thinking like bringing the like hero villain aesthetic into high fashion. Like look at the shit that they put on the Paris walk, right? Like, that is insane. Why would you put a bunch of inflatable spiky things on a lady and be like, fashion? Like, right? Like, we could do better than that.
We can. We can also do better than spandex.
Exactly. There's so many things. Everyone defaults to spandex. Everyone defaults to the like those little like tactical belts. Everyone defaults to like the little like half mask thing, domino mask. Everyone default, like it's all default and it's boring. So both revolutionizing the hero villain design, but also bringing the best parts of those designs into high fashion. And I was also thinking, once we get going and maybe get interest in people who aren't like in from the ground up, like other fashion people, we could turn this into like maybe a little bit like an education, like incubator thing, or like the next up and coming, like hero villain designers, or like people we really like the vibes of can come and like learn and interact and like, you know, have the support of like the photo shoot area. And she like runs over there and it's like, because like we got all the equipment here for this. This was actually really easy to get. All you have to do is pretend tech bros are really smart. This one over here. And she runs over to her, like, it is like a legit catwalk. It is like shortened because it takes up like a corner of this section, but there's like chairs and it's catwalk with all the like lighting and a little backstage area. You know, was really, you know, so that they can not only practice how you're supposed to set up the stuff for the like the runway and run it, but we can host our own little like teaser events here where we're like, oh, this season's version of the high fashion thing, come see it, very exclusive, only 50 seats available. And we could also be like, we could have the tickets, not only because there's only 50 of them, be at a higher rate, but also we could have them be at a higher rate because we can be like, and you're funding the school incubator thing with it. So like politicians could sell dinner plates for like $5,000 dinner plates to fund their campaigns. So why can't we sell like, you know, like a $200 ticket to like the little exclusive event so that we can fund the incubator? You know? A little bit evil, just a little bit, just like a salt-based sprinkling of evil.
That'll make our parents back off at least.
And she grabs your hands and like full on drags you over to a corner where you didn't realize there was a door, opens the door and dashes up a set of stairs and bursts out to a second floor that's completely blank. There's nothing in it. And we have a whole second floor. And, you know, I don't want to push you, but if you do want to do your own thing, I'm more than happy to give you this second floor to do it.
Amazing. You are amazing. When do you launch?
That is a little trickier because I probably should come up with a name first. I don't have a name. I need a name before I can do that. You know, something that invokes what I'm going for. But also, all the paperwork is done. I took a notebook out of my parents' playbook. They'll probably be happy about that. It's a bunch of shell companies, so it's hard to figure out who actually owns the company. It's done through a representative, so there's no actual tie to my legal name. And
can you wife this girl up right now?
might wife this girl up.
Yeah, this.
And so like they won't know it's me. And I think what I'm gonna do is like do almost like an Anna Leibovitz thing where it's like you can't really tell what I look like. So like, who am I?
That is amazing. Yeah. But, and I don't have an idea for the name, but, and Maevis like looks at the sketches. I do have an idea about doing my own thing. Said I could take advantage of my newfound fame.
And I will let you know,
take advantage of it.
I do have manufacturing contacts if you need them. Because again, people in the all you really gotta do to get ins and get deals is just like be like, oh, you're so smart. Oh yeah, totally. I didn't know anything about that without you telling me exactly what that's about.
Yeah, I've watched my mom manipulate herself through enough boardrooms to, yeah, I remember.
Exactly, and just like I said, just a scotch, a little, like a salt bay of evil, and you get a lot of things done.
I'm just thinking that maybe we could work together and undercut my mom on the fashion line, maybe, and
you see she turns and looks at you, and it looks like she's gonna cry, and she goes, I am so proud of you. It gives you like a big hug.
Obviously, Maevis like hugs Dot back.
Now we just have to convince Todd to go against his parents.
Yeah. It might just be easier for us to just take Professor Inferno down ourselves and do it that way. Free Todd that way. We'll see. I would love to see Todd stand up, but if we have to, we know the people, I think, at least I do, that maybe we could get the help to take him down.
I'm not saying that as from being from villainous families, we may or may not know people who do some shady shit, but
When Maevis said that, she was literally thinking of like Vi and Dr. Rash. Yeah.
He was literally talking about you guys grew up around shady ass people and
Yep.
like people who do for hire some very questionable things.
But this is amazing. This building is amazing. You did this all by yourself? You didn't. Does Todd know? Does anybody else know?
No, but you're the first person I've shown this to outside of contractors.
Amazing.
Also, and when I show contractors and she drags you back downstairs and she disappears behind like one of those clothing racks and comes out and you do not recognize her, like her power is totally turned off, so she's like a normal color. Her hair is like maybe hidden in a wig, but it is like a chin length like cut wig that is a like strawberry blonde color. She's got like this big like I totally murdered my first husband hat side like tilted on her head, and like big glasses that cover up most of her face, but she's in like a Devil Wears Prada like tight business skirt suit outfit with high red heels, and she does not look like that at all.
Amazing.
This is how you get things done undercover.
Nobody else knows about this place. Do you think we could get away with hiding out here for the rest of the night? And just ignoring everybody?
And she immediately takes like the wig and hat and glasses off, and you can see that it's like Dot under there, but she's still that like more normal person coloring, and she kind of like tosses it on the table and grabs your hand and just like drags you throughout the warehouse for the rest of the night, like showing you designs and drawings, showing you like things they already have in pre-production with manufacturing, and she even has like a couple like sample products that she's gotten back to see what she thinks of them. They're smaller things, more like the clutch purses and things that are easier to produce, and then she like drags you over and shows you like all these samples of things that she's gotten a hold of during when she was doing construction in this place, because this place on the inside looks like it's set up to be used because it has all of the like sewing machines and all of that to do like productions and testing and prototypes of clothing and things here, but also like large parts of this look like it's high fashion like areas and places for parties. So she shows you like all the tile samples and wood floor samples, and like here's paint samples and here's this sample and this sample, and like she takes you through all of it, and she's like, we have all of this. I have such a great contractor. If you want to go ahead and use them for whatever you have to go for the upstairs, they won't say a word. I might have a little bit of blackmail on them. So they give us a credible deal and don't say anything because I may have a little bit of blackmail on them. But also, I might have bumped them up the list of preferred vendors to handle any destruction that the company does on jobs.
Amazing.
Again, just a skosh of evil, just like a salt bay of evil, and you get a lot of done.
You do. You really do. Yeah.
And she spends the rest of the night like showing you everything on the first floor, and then like taking you up to the second floor and letting you think about it. And like at one point she disappears for a second and comes back, and she's like muscling up what looks like a dry erase board to like lean against one of the walls on the second floor so that you guys can like draw out what you were thinking, and she'll like take a picture of it and then erase it so you guys can come up with like another option. Like take a picture of it, erase it.
Yeah. And I think as like this night goes on, like you see like in this like montage version of this, right, you see like as it goes, like Maevis like will like have her shoes on and then not have them on, and like the necklace disappears, and just like getting more comfortable and taking some of the fancier stuff off, and then at one point is like sketching, like redesigning these dresses that were showed to her and
yeah, and I think at one point you all even have your own like little mini like fashion show, because Dot will 10,000% at one point when things are wrapping down like drag you back downstairs to where like some of the like clothing racks were, and you will like show you some of the stuff that she's already had produced or like been working on, and like make you step down the walkway with her, like kind of like an adult version of a sleepover. And you definitely will pass as much of the night as you want to there. If you want to spend the whole night there, you even find out that there have been nights that Dot has slept here because she has a couple of those emergency army cot things there. So there have definitely been nights where she's been working and stuff and just passed the fuck out here.
As they get the cots out and they're like laying down, I think maybe she just goes, we should just build like a safe room in the back where we can crash and hide away from everybody.
Yeah, I mean, ideally this is just the first place, right? Like, this is the first one, and then like we can do expansions and maybe alternate cities, so like we could have one in like Tuscany or something, right? And like then we can be like the jet setters and be like, oh, I'm off to check on our space in Tuscany. Like, and it very much she's like cuddled in and like facing you from her cot, and like it very much feels like those like late night sleepover discussions you all used to have, and she's just like dreaming big.
Yeah, I like the mention of Tuscany. Maevis is like, oh, I haven't been to Tuscany in forever since my mom got banned. We need to just start doing things on our own. You are right about this. Travel.
And I have a guy if you want a fake identity.
That's a thought. That is a thought.
We can analyze what's it up for you too. I don't know where this accent suddenly came from.
No, that's probably a good idea.
And like I said, so many shell companies and through a third-party representative, so like not tied to me, won't be tied to you. But again, if you want that second floor, if you want in on this, we can totally drop the paperwork. Like, I'm more than happy to be partners in this. Or if you just want like a joint adventure thing, like I can help you set up your own business if that's what you want for the second floor. Like, I don't want you to think like I'm trying to do anything like our parents would try to do.
I don't think that for a second. You are giving me some amazing options, and we will start with one act of rebellion, and we will go from there.
Isn't it so much fun?
Terrifying, but yes.
Yeah, but it's like terrifying in a fun way. Like, you get the adrenaline, you get a little bit of that like heightened prey predator sense thing going on.
100%, yes.
You should have totally tried dating that one hero person that kept asking you out, because that was where my rebellion started. Let me tell you, have I done a lot of them since.
He definitely wasn't my type, but
you could have always faked dated just for like the cameras. That's what I did.
Yes. That is true.
It pissed the shit out of my parents.
I remember.
I got sent to Switzerland for a year.
Oh, that was the worst.
Do you know what's in Switzerland?
I vaguely remember you telling me.
Snow! Do you know what I already have a lot of? Snow!
You should have learned to ski while you were there.
I tried. I really did, but like the having both my feet locked in and like not like if you beef it, like your ankles get rolled because the boot goes all the way up and you can't get out of it, and just like barrel roll if you need to, was not good. Remember, I broke my ankle.
Oh god, yeah.
Why do I feel like that was an actual Kayla experience?
I actually have never been snowboarding, but that is my greatest fear with snowboarding, is the fact that you are locked into a single plank and the boots go all the way up past your ankles and you're locked in with the boots. But yeah, you spend the night in the warehouse, like giggling and having an adult version of a sleepover as you all plot like your rebellion and this whole thing. And like you realize as the night goes on, like not only is Dot like offering this to you because they're like, no, like I'm not under my parents, and I really want to make sure like you and Todd and all the other kids from that group are either out from under the parents if that's what you want, or like do your villain thing if that's what you really want to do. But you also start noticing that like everything, not in every aspect, because you know, like when you're 6 and you're like, we're gonna design spacesuits. But like aspects of everything you talked about, like Dot has executed on in some way. It might be like a more adult version or twist on it, like maybe like not necessarily like spacesuits, but maybe like designing the uniforms for like villainous like backup forces and things like little twists on it that bring aspects of all of those like childhood dreaming talks. And you can see like Dot's probably been working on this for like a decade or more, like trying to get all the ducks in a row for this. And you realize that means it was probably starting to be like seriously thought about and maybe planned on executing when they did their rebellion, when they like did the like dating of that superhero kid. It was like, okay, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. I don't want to do the villain thing. I don't want to do the hero thing. I just want to do my own thing. And as we fade to black on that adult sleepover, and we come to the next morning, and everyone in their various states of tired or peppy or however they come to work start filtering into the office floor. What would you all like to do?
I do have a question.
Mhm.
Did my cousin Trengar, did he get back to me?
You can see it's been read, but he has not responded. And it's becoming very obvious that he probably saw it and chose not to reply.
Grizlar is doesn't know social cues. Okay, he's gonna just probably just maybe just missed it. So he's gonna send another text like, hey, did you not get this? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Double text is probably the exact same thing of being like, hey, just in case you didn't see it the first time. Which, is probably fantastic. You do see that immediately gets read, but does not get responded to.
Well, and I'll add pictures of the kids too, because Grizlar's that kind of like, oh look, they're growing up so quickly. So fine, wants to ignore it. That's fine.
I think he hearts the pictures, but ignores the text.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Ow.
Okay.
Oh.
Damn, that's ow.
Take notes, kids. If you want to be vicious in text messages, this is how you do it.
Yeah, Grizlar's starting to understand. He's like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the next morning.
Yes.
Vi goes in and like does her full morning routine at pretending like everything is normal. Says hi to the correct people as she walks in and films her little tea so that it can be uploaded for her sponsorship. Yeah, she has it on her, the burner phone, but is acting to its normal.
Yeah, so what I think you know that somewhere in this office building, you have the burner phone on you, but somewhere in this office building, if he was telling the truth with the badge, is Sub-Zero. As you come into the work. And again, as a reminder, you guys are on kind of like suspension in that you're stuck in the office doing like paperwork and like the meetings that would normally be like optional or mandatory for you since you're stuck in the office. It's a lot of boring meetings right now happening. And I that thought that you have access to the company computer still though to do your like paperwork and your submissions and things. And if he was telling the truth, he is in the company still.
I changed my mind. I do everything exactly the way I said, but I'm also bringing one of my pets to work. Because Vi, yes, has access to the computer. She's on suspension. She's not going to try and like look anything up that's going to look suspicious. She is going to bring one of her pets, who is a type of lizard. Let's look up types of lizard again, like we did in the first episode.
I was gonna say, there are so many types.
I know. 15 lizard species you should know about. Which one's cutest? It needs to be cute and small and also
I'm
fast.
partial to the red-eyed armored lizard because they kind of look like a dinosaur.
Is it fast?
Yeah.
Small?
They typically you don't see them when you have them in their enclosure.
Oh my gosh, they kind of do.
I'm not gonna lie, I got really distracted by Mexican mole lizard, which looks like a big old worm. That's not what I want though. I would like this pet to be whatever you said, that I wasn't listening.
Red-eyed, well, they're called technically crocodile skinks, but they're also called armored skinks. They look like a dragon. They look like a little tiny dragon without wings.
They
Croc
really
skinks
do.
are
They
crazy.
really, really do.
Oh my gosh. And his name is Gerald. I bring in Gerald.
Mhm.
Gerald is one of my smarter guys. He's cool as hell. But they are going to, I'm going to task. Oh no. What did I just say his name was? Gerald?
Gerald, yep.
Okay.
Wait, is that with a G or a J?
That's with a G.
Okay.
Who spells Gerald with a J?
I
This is
know.
gonna derail the whole thing while I'm thinking of who the heck would do Gerald. Sorry. Before I arrived at the office, I talked to Gerald, and Gerald is going to be let loose in the office to find but not interact with Sub-Zero and report back to me.
Okay. What are you doing to help him with that? Because he is like this big.
Yes, he is. He's also my smartest little guy.
He is your smartest little guy, but also this building is 100+ floors, so you're gonna have to give him something to work with. Be that a scent, somewhere to start, something.
Oh, do you tell us about this? Is Vi
No.
gonna let us know about? Okay, darn. Okay, never mind.
Not yet.
I got you.
It'll come up. She's not purposefully hiding it. We're putting that out there. She is being careful and cautious. Okay. I guess the thing that I did to help him was, while we were at home, I drew out some, in teaching him how this works, and he stood there the whole time just going like this, because he can stand on two legs. It's part of the Dr. Rash upgrade. And I gave him directions and stuff on how to access the different, I told him to stay off the elevator, but how to get from floor to floor, how to do stairs, who to look for, how to stay out of I probably got up 2 hours early to work on this.
Okay, and did you show him what Sub-Zero looks like? Did you give him a Sub-Zero scent from the phone or the card you have? Or
Yes.
or does Gerald know Sub-Zero from the before days?
I don't think that the lizards are that old.
Okay.
No, because Gerald would not, because all of these pets came from Dr. Rash. So definitely would never have met Sub-Zero, but I think I showed some of the Glory Days pictures and described the difference. I gave him the card and the phone to we're going to say they have sense. It's part of what Dr. Rash upgraded to give him a little hound dog nose. And so, yeah, I did all of that.
So I think Gerald has been standing there with using his tail as balance, like paying attention. And I think once the like debriefing is kind of done, he just kind of like gives a little salute, and you see him scurry off into what is kind of like one of those false caves that lizards have, and you hear like some scrambling, and he comes back out, and he has like a makeshift bandolier across his back with a couple things stuffed in it, and he has like an all black, like tiny little like old school army helmet that's clicked into place. And he comes over to you and waits to be picked up.
Yes. Pick him up, carry him into work. Got him a treat when I stopped for my breakfast. I got him a treat just to
he like goes up your arm and like tucks himself into the collar of your shirt, and he'll only pop out when you get him a little treat and like nibble on it and then go back in.
Yes.
So you told him to avoid elevators. Are you having him avoid everything and just doing the stairs, or just the elevators?
I think it's just the elevators because of Vi recently getting caught in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I said, you're not really big enough to like set off the teleporters, but like if somebody happens to be on a teleporter and you sneak on at the last second, like that's fine. Like,
okay.
But mostly stairs because, even though it is going to take him a very long time, he is so tiny.
One more question. Are you just having him look as much as he can today before the end of the day? Or are you just trusting and leaving him to it and hoping he'll come back whenever he finds?
I am just leaving him to it.
Okay.
I'm telling him if he wants to go home at the end of the day, he has to come back at X amount of time. Otherwise, I'm going to leave him to do his thing. He can steal food from the break rooms, but I will be available to take him home whenever he wants to go home.
Okay. So I think when you get to your spot on the desk, he like climbs out of his little hiding spot and down onto the desk, and you see him disappear in like an area that you let the lizards, whenever you bring whatever lizard you do to work, go. And he comes back out, and the empty spots on his bandolier that he left are now stuffed with like snacks that he can carry that won't weigh him down. And he just kind of like gives like a still on all fours, raises one, gives you a salute, and then like scurries away. He like climbs down off your desk and is gone.
And the lizard that actually lives in the office, which I had to scroll up to figure out who that was, Philomena, the alligator lizard, that stays in the office, rolls their eyes so hard it looks CGI. It's just like, oh, this bitch again.
But yeah, so as you all go about your day, Maevis, as you're heading into work, what is it you're doing because you're on suspension, you're just going to be doing paperwork in the office. You just had this sleepover with Dot. As you're making your way up into the floor with the team, what are you doing?
Maybe it's just best that so I think Maevis is feeling a little more confident. So isn't as much dressed like she's trying to hide. Dressing a little more confident this time, and I think if you're okay with it, she's actually coming back down to the office after going up to take a coffee to Cyrene.
Aww. So cute. Yeah, so you could definitely come down, and as you all get started on and in the office, you realize every other team on the floor has given you their paperwork as well. And some of them bring it over and like don't look like they want to do it, but then like glance at Apusa's office and like sets it down while looking that way. And like one of them from like let's say like J team that has always been very friendly, like brings like baked goods for the floor all the time and leaves them in the break room. As they are setting down their pile for you, they like turn so their back is to Apusa and mouth the words, "I am so sorry," as they put it down. And on top of their stack of paperwork is like a little plate of like homemade brownies. And then they leave. And as you all are confronted with this literal mountain of paperwork from everybody else, we will go ahead and end there for the episode and see what shenanigans you guys can get up to.
There we go.
In the next episode, now that you have some contact with some people from your past going on. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kayla, just KDM Deathlazered. You can find me through that link tree, just KK. I do a ton of things, including this series and more series. Go check it out. But with that said, I'm going to check in with my players. Blake, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Well, of course, they can find me here, so go watch the other episodes if you haven't. Get cut up here, and sometimes you can catch me at the Cozy Trauma Corner. Yeah, awesome. That is what I'm up to.
And Nicola, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Oh, I am Nicola, aka Nicola the Druid, on all the social places. You can find also me here, but you can find me over at Diversity Saves, where I'm a board member and director of programming. We host amazing things like our community showcase, where I interview people doing awesome projects in the space. Depending on when this episode is airing, because I don't keep track, despite the fact Kayla tells us, there might also be new things in the community showcase, like workshops and panels. Anyways, you can also find me as the producer of Paper Bag, the role-playing game show over on Zeal Zaddy every other Tuesday. Live shenanigans. Check us out.
Awesome. And Sophia, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Sophia Olivia Scott. Pronouns are she, we. You can find me on Blue Sky at Nerdy Teddy. If I am out in the world, you can usually, doing stuff, you can usually find out what it is there. Otherwise, I'm usually with Nerds with Dice. Right now, we've got big things happening, from Rotted Capes mini-series to a Vessin campaign, a world-hopping Tales of the Valiant game called Fantastic Realms that's running right now on Twitch. And of course, my series that I run, Fields of the Dead, a Midwestern zombie apocalypse. If you like queerness, if you like zombies, you like, survival stories and happiness and tragedy, both of them, come watch it. Otherwise, just keep your eyes on Nerds with Dice. We got big things coming specifically for Pride. We got big plans, so come keep your eye on all that.
Awesome. And once again, thank you so much for watching this episode. We've had a ton of fun with it. I mean, I think you all should go check out the YouTube channel and look at the posts and vote for if you think this group should go full villain or not, because that's one of the polled things posted up on our YouTube community tab thing. There is if you all should go full villain. So
new option, Salt Bay of Evil.
Salt Bay of Evil. Go check that out. Go let us know your thoughts on it. Otherwise, we will see you next time for episode 8. Bye!